Hi, I'm Jason Inman.
And I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
And welcome to Crisis Club! There's going to be not as many effects on this video. Because this video is a little bit different. Right, Ashley? Ashley, I've been lost in the multiverse for months now.
What Earth are you from?
I am from Earth 72.35X. It's a weird Earth where Christopher Walken is Captain Kirk. Anyways, I don't know what's going on here, but I do know that we tried to do a live stream for all you awesome patrons a couple weeks back, and I just gotta say, the anti-monitor of YouTube slapped us down so hard that we just could not figure out how to do it. They've changed some stuff. That you might have seen there's like a YouTube Studio beta if you do it. But anyways, the way that we used to do live streams doesn't work anymore. And I was not smart enough to figure it out in less than 15 minutes.
So we're going to switch and we're going to be doing mailbag episodes.
So we apologize.
Now.
Yeah, so we won't be able to, I apologize, we won't be able to do the live interaction back and forth. But yeah, like Ashley said, going forward with Crisis Club, because we have 2 more left.
Yep.
There will be these type of videos, a mailbag episode. So what will happen is Ashley will put up a post, put all your questions there, and we'll talk about news that has come out on the crossover, and we'll answer your questions. So this is what is going to replace the live streams. We apologize for not doing the live stream a couple weeks ago, but man, that anti-monitor of YouTube was a pain in the
Wasn't
ass.
letting the integration happen.
Yeah.
So this is better solutions. That's what we're doing.
All right, so take us away,
So-
Ashley. Be our harbinger through this episode.
I would have a great headpiece. It's going to be great.
That'd be a cool cosplay. I've seen that in real life. You'd
If
kick
someone
ass.
wants to make it for me for free, then I'll wear it, because I'm not paying for that.
All right.
The first and only comment that we got for our live stream, that's not a live stream.
Well, we did announce this, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah. No, we announced the live stream.
Oh, yes.
This
yes,
is
yes.
the only question that we got. Is from Anthony Torres. So hats off, headpieces off to you,
Thanks,
Anthony.
Anthony, for being the first.
Anthony says, it has been a lot of fun going on this crazy journey so far. I'd never actually sat down and read this issue to issue before. Whenever I see a new episode as posted, I'll read the corresponding issue so it's fresh in my mind as you discuss it. You've each mentioned George Perez's art and how great it is.
It's great.
My question is, up to this point in the book, do you have a favorite panel or image that stands out for you personally? For me, it's a scene in issue 5 with both Earth 1 and Earth 2 Superman standing with Lois Lane, which you also pointed out
Yeah.
when we were there. To me, anyway, symbolizes how awesome and wacky this book is. Thank you.
Well, this is tough. Okay, so we are recording this in between Crisis 7 and 8 for us. Okay, so
No,
just
8 and 9.
No, 7 and 8.
You're right.
I am right.
Sorry. Before we do 8 and 9.
Yes. So that's where we are for this. So we're going to talk about everything before 7 because I don't want to talk about 8 and 9s. Man, this is tough. For me, it's hard not to just say the covers.
The covers are really, really special. I like when Lila becomes Harbinger for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's colored over in that bright 80s, like, X-Men pink shade.
Mm-hmm.
And I think everything of her initial transformation into Harbinger and then her betrayal of the Monitor is really gorgeous in, like, that gem, She-Ra, like, very of the time style. I think it's very beautiful.
There are 2 art moments that really stick out to me.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is there's this page, I think it's in issue 5, I don't remember, but there is this page where like a bunch of the multiverses are like crashing together and doing stuff like that, and they show Lila's head.
That's
as,
issue 5.
As this like weird image, and you see like Earths in it, and you see people's heads in it, and yeah, like you're like, it's very George Perez, it's very 80s.
Mm-hmm.
The other one that I think is really good is back in issue 2, is the 2 pages where Batman sees Barry Allen's death.
Yeah.
And the Joker's there. It's a really well-rendered Batman because you don't really generally see Batman as spooked. And he's spooked when he sees Barry. And I think that George does a really good job. And George draws a hell of a Joker. So
There's also a very funny panel where it's Taki Tani and then it's Changeling / Beast Boy in the background.
Oh, yeah.
And Taki Tani, I think it's in issue 7. Taki Tani is talking and Beast Boy's like, what? You can talk? And he's like, you've never heard an animal talk? And Beast Boy's like, no, but yes, but wow, this is weird.
No, he said, you've never heard an animal talk.
That's a joke for our geek history lesson
He's
listeners.
talky Tony.
Yeah. It's a well-rendered panel, but
Yes.
I like that because it's maybe Beast Boy's only character moment in the whole book, and it's so quintessentially Beast Boy for me.
Yeah, that is an interesting point to bring up about Crisis. There's so, like, every character of the DC universe is in this book. But they only get like a moment or a beat because, of course, we're going to stay with the A-listers.
Yeah.
We're going to stay with the big, we're going to stay with the Supermans and the Batmans.
Yeah, like Robin is pretty prominent. You see him a lot, but he's not doing much, whereas...
And this is Jason Todd Robin.
It is. Yeah. Whereas the new Dr. Light, even though she could be considered a minor player, she's introduced in this book, so of course we're going to focus on her more.
Yeah, all right.
So well, sometimes our favorites get shafted, but it's okay, because everyone's here.
That's a great question, and I think... everybody out there, that this is your call, your bat signal, if you will.
Call to action.
There you go. Your bat signal, if you will, to step up to Anthony Torres' level and give us some questions.
Yeah, some questions for next month when the post.
So that's the video. Okay. It's the video, right, Ashley?
Yeah, this is it. It's like 5 minutes, tight, in and out. We got stuff to do. No, just kidding. We have a bunch of news to cover.
I think Ashley's running this video.
So San Diego Comic-Con happened. We got a lot of confirmation. And in order to allow us to keep talking more heavily on the issues, we're going to load a lot of them in here. And then we'll expand on those in the regular episode. So first, Jason, I want to ask you, we know you're our Superman expert. Brandon Routh is confirmed to be returning to the role of Superman. And he revealed Kingdom Come Superman.
So the odds are that he's going to be Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about... Are you excited that Brandon Routh is returning?
Yes.
Do you think that Brandon Routh Superman, whatever that incarnation looks like, is going to be taking on the role that's classically played by Earth 2 Superman?
Ooh, yes. Yes, I do.
Because Tyler Hoechlin is probably going to be our Earth 1 Superman, right? Our classic Superman dealing with the death of Supergirl. Spoilers for the next issue.
Here's my honest opinion.
Yep.
I don't think Brandon Routh, Kingdom Come Superman, is going to be in more than one episode.
I agree with that.
The reason why I say this is because otherwise you have to bring up this stipulation of, well, hey, he looks just like Ray. He looks like Ray Palmer. And to me...
I think you have to bring that up regardless.
They will, and they'll bring it up in a line of dialogue. Like, this is how they're going to do it. I'm going to tell you right now. There's going to be a scene between either Oliver and Sarah, White Canary, or Barry and Sarah, where she just leans, when they meet Kingdom Come Superman, she just leans up and goes, he looks a lot like Ray. And that's all they'll say about it.
Well, it was just like when Supergirl walks by in the first crossover and he said, hey, she looks like my cousin.
Looks like a cousin, yeah.
I don't think they'll do it because I suspect Brandon Routh may be a vain man. I hope they give him the Reed Richard temples.
They should.
I agree.
They should. Now, here's the other thing. I think that his costume will be exactly the same as Superman Returns, except for the shield.
Yeah.
I think it'll be exactly the same because they already have that costume. They can pull out of storage, whoop, whoop, and they're done. They just one switch.
And any licensing issues, which they're probably dealing with talking to Theatrical and Bryan Singer and whoever owns that design, is all going to be around the logo.
And here's the other thing. They already know it fits Brandon.
I mean, it fit him 10 years ago.
Okay, so here's the thing. I follow Brandon Routh on Instagram, actually, because, and the reason why I do, and if you don't follow Brandon Routh on Instagram, I highly suggest it. I don't know how he is in real life. I've met him a couple times. He was nice when I interviewed him. He's one of the few Legends of Tomorrow actors that actually shares behind-the-scenes pics.
Oh.
He takes pictures all the time on set. And his picture a couple weeks ago, or a week after this announcement, was him in a workout outfit, like sweating, and he was like getting back into super shape. So what I think it is I think they pulled the suit out and they
tried it on,
and they were like, these were your measurements. You got to get back to it.
I mean, and look, I don't mean to imply that
he'll do it.
He's not as trim as he was at the time, but like that's a significant amount of time that's gone past since he was in Superman
Returns was 2006.
Yeah.
So that has been 13 years. I mean, but he can also like spend all the money in the world to pay a trainer to get him there.
Absolutely, or the studio will foot that bill.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think it's really good, but I think he'll only be in one episode. But I think you might be right. He could be the Earth 2 Superman, unless we get an announcement that a certain other Superman is showing up.
I am doubtful, personally, but I know that everyone is pulling specifically for Smallville, but there are other Superboy is out there.
I have one more caveat for this. The other caveat I have for this is that the reason why I think Brandon Routh as Superman will only appear for one episode is because I think in this series of episodes they will form a a Justice League.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if they'll call themselves the Justice League. I really hope they do. I hope this is when they're like, let's name ourselves. I don't think they will, though. But I think Adam will be part of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he'll be a main character of that because he started on Arrow. And he usually is a big part of the crossover.
And you're not going to pay Brandon Routh 2 episode rates.
Well, you're not going to CGI Brandon Routh into the same shot. You're only going to have him be one thing. So that's why I think Kingdom Come Superman will show up, do a thing, and then leave.
I have one more thought about Smallville. And
Sure.
it's something that I've said to you before, but now I'm saying it to everyone
Yeah.
else. I know that everyone really wants to see someone from Smallville. We know that clearly the negotiations aren't going well because no one's been
Oh, is this
announced.
your theory? Oh, this is a
Yes.
great theory.
So the way I think you get any actor from Smallville is we've already had Erica Durance be on Supergirl.
Yeah, she was Kara's mother.
She was Kara's mother in season 2. I think you make her Lois Lane, and then Jason suggested you make her Brandon Routh's
Lois
Lane.
So she's
you make her
Kingdom Come Lois Lane.
I would love that. They're
no.
close in age. I think
Now,
it would
look,
be great.
I know out there nerds that Kingdom Come Lois Lane is
dead, yeah.
But whatever.
Well, look, it's just going to be the symbol. We're going very loosely.
It's just going to be the symbol, yeah. It's going to be that it's a retired Superman.
So we had another announcement that Jason predicted months in advance. Tom Cavanaugh is going to be returning to this season of The Flash, playing not only another Wells, but a Wells who is...
Pariah.
Choo-choo-choo.
Now, we just put out our episode of Crisis Club 7.
Yeah.
And that's where I made that prediction. So that's why there's that little star signal. We
recorded that maybe a month before.
We recorded that a month before San Diego.
Comic-Con.
So yeah, so that's why I was like, boom. It's just obvious. It makes the most sense, right?
He's also one of the most emotionally adept actors on the show. So to have him be so in histrionics, it makes sense that it be Tom.
But here's the other reason. So you have Tom Cavanaugh. He's a great actor,
Mm-hmm.
right? You enjoy him. The fans enjoy him. He's one of the most recognizable faces of this universe. Now, whatever new version of Harrison Wells they introduced in season 6. As far as I know, they haven't announced what version he's going to play.
I don't think so, but who knows?
It's as far as I know, it's a brand new version too. That character, this brand new version of Harrison Wells, really can't be a main character in Crisis.
No,
because we only will have known that character for 7 episodes. But we do know that there are Harrison Wells throughout the multiverse. So again, if you make Tom Cavanaugh Pariah, guess what? Pariah can be part of your main Justice League that travels through every episode of this crossover. So that way you get Tom Cavanaugh in every episode, whereas if you don't make him Pariah, you don't. It's one, it's just a smart writing decision, and 2, I think a little bit of it is production. It just makes sense production-wise.
But it's a cool way to keep your production costs lower because you already have him on top.
Yeah, you don't have to pay him extra.
Exactly. So right before San Diego Comic-Con, we saw that Supergirl got a new costume.
Yeah.
I really like the new costume. I think it could use a belt or something to break it up. But I don't think superheroes should be in skirts. That's my feeling.
I don't like her bangs. I'm just going to say that.
Well, I don't know how much that was Melissa Benoist or how much that was production.
It was probably all her. I don't think it's flattering for her. But her new costume's cool. It's very Injustice.
It is. It is. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Do you think for Crisis we will get a return to a version of the skirt or the skirt and the headband?
No, I think you'll see Helen Slater in the skirt.
OG Supergirl, first live act. Do you think will she have the headband?
Yes.
I want the headband.
Yes, she will.
It's so ridiculous.
They'll give it to her.
In issue 7, I hope you guys are watching this after issue 7. It's releasing way after episode 7. In issue 7.
Well, it'll be in playlist in this.
Yeah. But she has real 80s workout video Jane Fonda realness hair when she dies, and I want that moment so bad.
I think you give her the movie costume because Helen Slater's not been confirmed. But to me,
you have her.
She's already Kara's mom. So she's gonna.
You have her on contract. You know what she works for. You like her because you keep bringing her back.
It's kind of like it hasn't been officially announced, but I mean, come on, John Wesley Shipp is going to be the 90s Flash in this. Come on.
I mean, we've already seen him as the 90s Flash in that little snippet.
And also, he disappeared in Elseworlds, and we don't know where he went.
Yeah.
So
just like Flash disappears.
And they made that costume. They're gonna use that costume again. He's gonna be in it. So both of them, I'm like, they're definitely in it. And yes, she will wear the headband.
Okay. LaMonica Garrett, we like him. We've talked a lot about him.
The Monitor.
Someone asked you actually this in an Instagram A&A, but in case you guys missed that, he's going to be playing not only the Monitor, but the Anti-Monitor.
Brilliant choice.
How do you feel about that?
Great. So good.
The
and
characters are supposed to be brothers, spiritual brothers, so that makes sense.
And there is a loose. Well, they technically are actually real brothers too. It's weird. They're
just go with it.
They're connected. They're opposites, right? When one was born, the other was born. And if you're reading Scott Snyder's Justice League, there's now a third brother in that relationship. But anyways, it's a brilliant choice. There was a piece of design art that was released during San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know whether that was done by our good friend Andy Poon, who designs a bunch of the costumes for the Arrowverse. But it kind of, I'll use Anti-Monitor as an example. So it's kind of this costume right here.
The 2.0 costume.
Except it has
LaMonica.
LaMonica's face is here, like his real face, and these tubes and stuff go into his face.
Ugh.
And then his eyes, they gave him these Anti-Monitor eyes, but like they're over his like human head. So it's basically like he wears almost this suit of armor, but he has his human head here.
Yeah.
Which I liked it. It makes sense. Why wouldn't you cast the same guy?
And again, from a production standpoint, it's a smart way to cut costs. Also, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's awesome as the Monitor, so why wouldn't he be awesome as the
really good actor.
Anti-Monitor? Okay, my last bit of news I want to talk about.
And I have an additional bit of news that released this morning, that I'll add.
At the time of this recording, this video will come out in the future.
Yeah.
This is very Arrowverse specific.
The Anti-Monitor's left joint is very loose.
Look, don't mess with him. Alfred's arm falls off for the same reason.
I know. Well, the regular Monitor's arm has been lost. We lost it a long time ago.
Yeah, we don't know where it is.
I don't know if you were... Secret spoilers for Crisis
I've
Club.
actually put a picture of this in the lens a couple months ago.
I have no idea where his arm is.
It's probably in the cat's belly. So, we have seen Connor Hawke, John Diggle's son.
Yes.
JJ Diggle, who is the little baby boy in the Arrow show.
Is he the one that always yells for pictures of Spider-Man?
Yes. No, he's the one who goes, Dad, your chest is wet.
Oh, yeah.
He's, the one that used to be Sarah, and we're just pretending that that's not no-key misogynistic. It's
Thanks,
fine.
Barry Allen.
JJ Diggle is going to be appearing as an adult in Crisis on Infinite Earths, and they cast the actor.
Wow.
His name is Charlie Barnett. He's a working actor. You've seen him in all kinds of TV stuff. No genre stuff, so I didn't write down any of his credits.
Yeah.
How do we feel about grown-up baby Diggle?
Makes sense. I don't know how he'll play into it.
I don't know either, but I'm very interested in it, and I'm interested if he's the one who has a good relationship with John, because we know that Connor doesn't.
I have a crazy, weird theory here.
Please.
What if they go to another Earth, and that's where they meet grown-up
JJ?
John Diggle Jr.
Yeah.
They call him JJ. And he has a Green Lantern ring. And he's how you get Diggle's Green Lantern.
Stewart?
He's John Stewart.
What if he's from Black Lightning's Earth?
Sure.
Because Black Lightning was just confirmed to be appearing in the crossover.
What if that's how we get Green? Because we've been
10
saying it
out
for
of
years.
10 would love.
Because I like, as much as I love it, I don't know. I still am uncertain about whether they'll actually make John Diggle a Green Lantern.
I don't know. It depends on if they want to give David Ramsey another show or not. No. I'm just saying, like, in this crossover, I don't know if they're gonna do it, because again, it's a thing of like, executives don't like to cross brands, and they don't like to confuse audiences, even though we're nerdy enough that we get it. So to me, making JJ John Stewart Green Lantern, you don't have to call him John Stewart, but he would be the Green Lantern, would be a way to get our cake and eat it too. What's your other thought? So John Stewart is a pretty big part of Crisis. He's the Green Lantern. Yeah. You know who else is an important part of Crisis?
Guy Gardner.
Jade.
Oh, is she?
She's in.
She
gets a lot of FaceTime. Like, we see her a lot in issue 7. So it would be cool if we also got a version of Jade in the crossover. That was just another. And Jade and John kind of have a lot of shared adventures.
Well, Guy Gardner pops up in
I don't want to talk about
the next issue,
Gardner.
but Guy Gardner's cool. So there is one new piece of news that came out this morning, the day we recorded this video. Again, you'll be seeing this a couple weeks in the future. It was confirmed this morning that Kevin Conroy will play Bruce Wayne in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Now, note they said Bruce Wayne. So
they're probably not going to stick him in a cow. It's okay. He's an older gentleman.
He is
You
an
don't
older
have to cram him
He's an
into
older gentleman. I think
Wow.
that's fantastic. I think that's amazing that we're tipping our hat to the legacy of Kevin Conroy. If I had my choice, I would put him in a black suit with a cane and give him a scene where he's talking on the radio to a person called Terry.
Well, you just hire Will Friedle to answer the phone, to do the voice.
And that way we confirm Batman Beyond in live action.
I also really love that they're including voice cast in this now, because
like Burt Ward.
I want Susan Eisenberg as Hippolyta.
Ooh.
She's so stunning in real life, and she's such a wonderful person, and she's blonde, so Hippolyta makes more sense.
Yeah.
I just want to see her on Paradise Island somewhere. I think the confirmation of Kevin Conroy, I think that's fantastic.
Yes.
Everyone's nerd brains, I'm sure, are exploding all over the world.
That's why if I had my druthers, if I got to dreamcast anybody, you'll never get him because he's busy on another television show right now, so he'll probably never do it, and he's probably too expensive. I would scoop up an actor for one scene to play Pa Kent. Somewhere where he should have Pa Kent or Jor-El. One of those two. And I would have that character played by Tim Daly. The voice of Superman on Superman the Animated Series.
You might get him, though.
He's on an ABC show right now.
I know, but he's very into his legacy as Superman. He might do it for a scene.
Now, your other option is that if Tim Daly says no, then you go ask George Newbern what you doing, who was the voice of Superman on Justice League Unlimited.
Forgive me because I haven't watched Smallville. The gentleman who played Pa Kent on Smallville, isn't he still around?
John Schneider.
Yeah.
Well, if you bring him back, he has to be Pa Kent.
Yeah.
He has to be Pa Kent.
You wouldn't want to see him as Jor-El?
No.
Or like alternate universe, like Earth 3?
No, he has to be. If he's anybody, he's Pa Kent. He's Pa Kent. To be honest with you, he might be the one Smallville actor that you might be able to get.
Yeah, him and Ma.
Well, he's very much into the convention scenes, too.
Yeah, we see him all the time.
Yeah, so, he might be the one Smallville person you could get. And it would be affordable.
Yeah.
So, but no, Tim Daly as Jor-El would be just amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that Kevin Conroy is in this. And again, I hope they go the Batman Beyond route. I doubt they will.
I just want him with a big dog.
Ace.
With a big, not a Great Dane, but like a Doberman, a big Doberman dog.
So yeah, is that it?
That's it.
Cool.
That was our first mailbag, our second sort of loosey-goosey Crisis Club episode.
I had fun with this.
I had so much fun. You can comment on this post on Patreon. You can comment
for the next one
on the post that I'll put out calling for questions. I'll snap up your questions. If you comment on YouTube, I might miss them, so those are just the most ideal places.
Just fair. I know, sometimes we forget to leave the comments. We leave the comments on. Usually the comments should be turned off. If we want your Crisis Club comments on Patreon, just because it's easy.
Yeah,
it's easy. We're trying to separate the world, not separate the worlds, but YouTube video comments.
We're trying to not smash all the worlds together. We're trying to.
Well, we want to make sure we read them all.
Yeah.
So we know that they're on Patreon. So on this post is where you want to read. So that's where we'll do the questions for the next one. Let us know if you guys like this. I actually like this better than the live stream. I know we don't get to do the one-on-one.
It's less stressful than the live stream.
It's less stressful, but maybe weirdly we could just do an Instagram live stream every once in a while, and we'll let the Crisis Club people know about it ahead of time, and and if all the other crazies get in there, let us know what you would prefer.
Yeah. We're building this for you, and we're also building it with you, so your input really helps us.
Yes. Also, we are past the halfway point. Now, we are at this point, we've really enjoyed Crisis Club. And I think we want to do some version of this thing next year. I do. Do you?
I definitely do.
I do. So I want us to pick some comic event, and I want us to do the same thing where we're giving these awesome videos, picking it apart and doing this stuff and whatever. I don't know what that event is. And I will say that we're not going to make our final decision on this until after Crisis on Infinite Earths airs, just in case they announce something else. Now, this is going to be rough because Crisis on Infinite Earths is not going to finish till January of 2020.
So that means just like Crisis Club, insert title here club will start probably in February or March.
It'll start in February, March. But I'd love to do some other event. Again, like some of the ones that just come off their head. Age of Apocalypse.
Because we're not against going into other publishers.
Oh, 100%. Age of Apocalypse would be such an interesting one to do. Blackest Night would be an interesting one to do. The sequel to this, Infinite Crisis. We could call this Infinite Club.
Infinite Crisis Club.
Because Infinite Crisis is the sequel to this. Yeah. There's also 0 Hour. We could call it Zero Club.
Yeah. We could do Secret Wars.
We could do Secret Wars, either Secret Wars. There's lots of possibilities. So if you want to start filtering those suggestions down in there, please do. But we hope you like this. Thank you so much for your support. We love all you guys, all the super friends out there in the world. I'm Jason Inman.
I'm Ashley Victoria Robinson.
This has been Crisis Club Mailbag! I just yelled that for no reason.
Yeah.
Did you do the special effects? You're probably going to cover that up in editing.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right, cool.
Bye.
Oh, extra bits.
Cool.